Hey everybody, this is Susan. Welcome to our weekly scripture reflections. So the gospel for this week is a familiar one. It's the 70 times 70 forgiveness gospel, and chances are, unless you've been living under a rock or haven't read anything of the New Testament, it's pretty familiar, and you've probably heard about a dozen homilies on it. So I want to take a little bit of a different swing on it when we talk about forgiveness. There's a line in the first reading from Sirach that says, anger and wrath are hateful things, but the sinner hugs them tight. And so as you're listening to today's gospel, or this week's gospel, and thinking about what forgiveness means, I just wanted to share a little story. My cousin Beth had a blankie, like most kids do, but she hung on to it until she was 8. And it went well beyond the isn't that cute she's got a blankie to the fact that she would never let this thing get washed, and so it got nasty. We're talking about food stains and dog hair, and it was just gross, and everyone was begging Beth to let go of this thing that for her was really familiar and comforting, but had long gone to the point of it was just gross. It was probably unsanitary, she was probably getting colds from it, people were kind of giving her stuff from it. She just wasn't able to move on. And finally we were actually out at a park, and Beth tripped, and the blankie fell into this puddle of nasty, gross pond water with the moss on it, and she pulled it out, and there was that moment where all of us were just staring at Beth, watching her look at this blanket, thinking, okay, is she gonna let go of it or not? And thankfully she balled it up and threw it in the bushes, and that was the last we ever heard of the blankie again. And from then, I think Beth has done a really great job of moving forward in her life. So as you all think about maybe the anger, the frustration, the grudges that you hold, more than just the need to forgive, which as Christians we all know is there, I want you to think about what you're holding tight to, what maybe you think is comforting, those old ideas, those old thoughts, those perceptions about how people are, how they're supposed to be, and think about maybe where God is inviting you to be free, the things that maybe you shouldn't be holding tight to anymore. So think about that this week, and have a good one.